Hi everyone, it's Miss Cheryl. Our snack chat this month is all about comfort food. Last month I shared my bean soup recipe with you, so this month I'm going to share my chicken and dumpling soup. So I started out I chopped my chicken into bite-sized pieces. I used to buy, the chicken leg quarters and boil it all day long. Now I just buy boneless, skinless chicken breasts and boneless, skinless thighs, chop them up, to bite-sized portions, and then I chop up my onion, carrots, celery, and put that in the bottom of my pan with the chicken, and then I top that up with water about like an inch or two above the chicken in that, and then I add two 32-ounce cartons of chicken broth. So that will give me my broth. So it gives you a nice, clear looking broth. It looks really yummy. So then my homemade dumpling recipe is you take 1.5 cups of just a regular all-purpose flour, and then you take a pinch of salt. You can add baking soda if you want. I do sometimes I don't. And then it's 4 eggs. So you beat your 4 eggs in your bowl, then you add your flour, a pinch of salt, and I usually add like onion powder or garlic powder to mine too, just to give it a little bit more flavor. So to make the dumplings, what I do is I take my big portion of dough and then I break it in half, then I break it in half again, and then I break it in half again, and I ended up with like a little dough ball about this size. And then this dough ball, I still usually break it up into smaller portions, like at least till 4, just so that they're nice, manageable size. And I want to get my dumplings small, so I want to try and get them like a pencil size in width, so that way they plump when they cook. So I'll just roll it out, and then I just take my knife and I just chop. I don't measure, I just eyeball it. So they could be like almost a 1/2 inch. You can make them smaller, you can make them bigger, but I'm going to tell you, as you make them, because they make a lot, I said you'll probably start making them bigger and bigger as you go. So this one, then I'll just take, I always have some flour, put it on my board. Then I start out by rolling my snake in my hand, and then until I get it to the size I want. Then you just cut it. And then you'll take these, and I put them on a plate. Let's see the plate. And I just put some flour every once in a while. I dust them with flour so that they don't stick together, but they pretty much don't stick. And you get a nice large plate size. So it'll make a good filling in my pan. Sorry if I was moving too fast because I'm showing you, but let me roll these last 2. I guess there's 3. So you get the idea. And if you worry, I have flour all over. I have it all over the floor, all over me. I said it's not the neatest thing to do, but you can, if you want with this recipe, you can just make regular noodles with your soup, but every once in a while you deserve a treat and make something special. So I don't make this always, so this is every couple months, but I usually make a big enough batch that we can put some in the freezer and I could share with my neighbor and my mom and go from there. And then what you're going to want to do once you get all your dumplings done, you'll put it in your broth. You get your broth to a boil, a nice boil, and dump these in, and then you're going to cook them until they're tender and they'll plump up really nice. This is the last one. And I like to break them into smaller pieces just so I can get them smaller. Because, I mean, you don't even have to do this step. My sister, when she makes them, she just takes them and pulls it off and throws it in there. And she gets really big size dumplings. So I like mine a little bit smaller. So, and then we're just going to take it. And there's not that much flour on my plate or anything. So then you're just going to slowly add them to your boiling chicken broth. And give it a little stir, just so that they all don't stick together. It doesn't take too long for them to cook either, so just, you don't want to break them up a little bit as you throw them into the pot. Ow, that splashed. And just put them all in. And you just give it a little stir. And once they start cooking, they all start to float to the top and that. And they get so nice and yummy. But yep, you just want to cook them until they're tender. And I'm going to tell you my secret recipe for my chicken soup. I said it comes out fabulous all the time. Is just add a little, when it's all done and you get ready to serve, sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese, like maybe a couple tablespoons or more, just to your taste, however you like. And it just gives your soup a whole different taste. But that's my secret recipe. So I hope you try out my soup. Thank you. Bye.